This guy, let's call him Diabetes Guy. Every day he has to suffer from polyuria. My life is such a mess, he thinks. All he can do is cry, cry, and cry. But then...
Hey buddy, would you like a cure to your diabetes? It's called DIABABY. But you're gonna have to take this every single day for the rest of your life.
What's even the point? I should just jump off right now.
Please, don't kill yourself. You have so much to live for. Here, take this.
And that's DIABABY, one invention of Professor Nord Nguyen, which helps a lot of people to get through diabetes type 2. And for your information, DIABABY has helped Professor Nord to receive a Nobel Prize.
Even our beloved Professor Nerd is really busy. We can finally invite him to our talk show, Monash Drugland.
Can't call me artist, can't call me idol. I'm proud of it.
As we all know, you just received the Nobel Prize by inventing such a good patch for diabetics. Can you tell us a bit about the reason behind you chose transdermal as the new treatment? It seems to be an impossible thing, but you've made the impossible become possible.
Greetings, Minjul. Thank you for allowing me the pleasure of speaking on your talk show today. So, you're probably wondering, what did I come here to talk to you about today? Well, I've come here to talk to you about a new treatment for the way we treat type 2 diabetes. Now, you all know the conventional way to treat type 2 diabetes is to take an oral pill. But how inconvenient is that? You have to take it every single day. Some people might not actually like taking pills. Some people actually can't swallow it or have difficulty swallowing it. I know because I used to have difficulties like that myself. And some people just straight up don't like the taste of it. So I was thinking, how could we find another way to have the body absorb insulin? And then it came to me, a transdermal patch. Boom! With transdermal patches, you don't have to worry about taking them every day. And you can also avoid other things like the bitterness of pills, and you can also avoid things like the swallowing aspect. So with our transdermal patch, what it does is it releases the drug very slowly and over a prolonged period of time. So what benefits does that have? Well, first of all, you can't overdose because our transdermal patch releases a constant dosage of drug over like a prolonged period of time, so like a couple of days. Also, with transdermal patches, since it releases over a prolonged period of time, you can leave it on for a couple of days. So you can just slap one onto your arm, forget about it for the next 3 days or whatnot, and then after that you can replace it. So you don't have to worry about taking tablets like every day. So therefore, what does that bring you? More convenience.
Okay, so I noticed that you have changed the structure of diamicron. So what's the benefit of doing that?
Well, why don't I show you? Come up here to the board. So, with our new and improved molecule, DIABABY, we've improved the log P from 1.97 to 3.22. That assists with its lipophilicity, meaning that it is able to permeate the skin more easily because, as studies have shown, the optimal log P to permeate the skin is -1 to 4. And this is within the range, so therefore you can know that our transdermal patch does work. Also, we've increased the number of rotational bonds from 3 to 6. This makes the molecule more rigid and therefore less able to pass through the blood-brain barrier. Right. Also, we've also increased the molecular weight from 323.42 to 365.5, meaning that the molecule is a bit more bigger and therefore less able to pass through the BBB, blood-brain barrier. And therefore, what does this do? It mitigates the effects on the nervous system.
I'm just wondering that, is there any improvement in the dose for patient?
So with the conventional Diamacron, patients have to take varying doses depending on the condition. So that can include anything from 30, 60 or 90 milligrams per day in a tablet form. But with our new and improved drug, DIABABY, patients have the option to either take it in 100 or 200 milligrams. And you only need to take it twice a week. Why? Because as I mentioned before, the drug is slowly released over a couple of days. So therefore you need to replace the patch twice a week.
Alright, this information is just wonderful. Thank you, Professor Nerd. Anyway, we are having a sample here, and I'm just wondering, can you show how to use this DIABABY?
Thank you. Yeah, alright, so our transdermal patch is packaged in this box and it has things listed like the active ingredients, the excipients, and the dosage, and it's really easy to use. So why don't you come over here and I'll show you how to use it. Alright, so first you pull it out. Here's the patch. Alright, then you peel it. Then you just rip it off like this. Stick it on the skin, and we prefer that you stick it on a vein because the solubility of the drug is good in blood. So just find your vein, stick it on as shown, and then after that you can just leave the patch on there for a couple of days, and Diamacron, the modified Diamacron, will be flowing through your veins and your blood. And also the shelf life is also 3 years, which is the same as 80 milligram Diamacron tablets as well, so you can leave it stored for a couple of years without having to replace it.
Wow, that sounds great. I believe that DIABABY will become first choice for diabetic patients. Once again, thank you for coming to our talk show. It was a pleasure to have you here. So I hope you will discover other drugs or treatments like DIABABY. Thank you.
Thanks, MJ. Thanks for having me on your talk show today. Remember, choose DIABABY as your first choice.
Thank you, Professor Nord and MJ, for such a good interview. And hello, my name is Mary, the drug analyzer of Monash Drug Lord. And now, let's discover what's inside DIABABY. And this is our DIABABY transdermal patch. The green part is the protective liner, while the outer part, this part is the backing layer. And the most important part is the adhesive containing drug. So, how do we test our patches? First, uniformity of content is really important. We use HPLC method to achieve the result. Drug is pumped into a solvent through a column at high pressure, compounds then being separated and identified. The data we have is the content of the product, as well as quantity of ingredients. Also, sterility should be considered. A sample of product is incubated within a nutrient medium for 28 days, then test with HPLC. Besides active ingredients, we also have several excipients with lots of function. First, propylene glycol carbolate acts as water oil surfactant, while propylene glycol monolaurate and water worked as the solubilizer. The antioxidant in our product is ascorbic acid. Besides that, EDTA is an antimicrobial agent. Last but not least, hybromellose, or also called HPMC, is a thickening agent. Now let's see, what do our users think about DIABABY?
Wow, I used to be depressed and obese. Now I'm just depressed. Thanks, DIABABYs.
I had type 2 diabetes until I took this DIABABY. It does really help.
DIABABY를 강력작전합니다. 다이아비티스 이겨낼 수 있어요. DIABABY 최고!
DIABABY 是个很好的药，你可以用它来治療糖尿病。
Miếng dán DIABABY này rất hiệu quả, các bạn nên dùng để trị tiểu đường loại 2. Món dược phẩm này tuyệt vời lắm á.
DIABABY, say goodbye to diabetes.
DIABABYs, say goodbye to diabetes.
DIABABYs, say goodbye to diabetes.
DIABABY, say goodbye to diabetes.
DIABABYs, say goodbye to diabetes.
Doesn't matter who you are, what's your nationality, where do you live, and your gender, but with DIABABY, say goodbye to diabetes. Teehee!